We've come to the end of our stay in the Smoky Mountains. Now it's time to head home. It's another beautiful morning here in the Smoky Mountains outside of Sevierville, Tennessee. And we are heading home today. Today we'll start day 3 of our trip. It is not as many miles as the trip here because the route through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama is a few more miles than just going straight through Tennessee and Arkansas back to Texas. So we'll save a little bit. It won't be another 1,000 miles today. But we did a little bit of driving while we were here, so it may be over 2,000 for the whole trip. Today's plan is to go about 600.5 miles, like 650-ish, to Hope, Arkansas, where our hotel is for the night. We're going to be staying at a Holiday Inn Express, same one we did last year. And we have a much more robust charging network lined up in front of us. We could do the entire trip home on Electrify America stations and have shorter legs than most of the legs that we had on the way here. I think the longest leg that we have on this journey is about 130 miles. But I am going to top off again at that EV Go Ultium at the Flying J truck stop, just because that particular charging stop is, number one, it's going to be easier for us to get a fountain drink and a snack, well, a fountain drink for sure, at the Flying J truck stop than it would be at the Walmart in Knoxville. And number two, we still have credits for EV Go, so that charge won't cost us anything, any money out of pocket, even though that one is a pricey charger. But that'll be our first stop. I'll get some thoughts from Rachel about our stay here before we get too far down the road. But and we're likely going to put this entire return trip in this one video, mainly because day 4 we have less than 300 miles. And that video would be really short, but who knows what this trip is going to bring. If we have a lot of footage today, then I might break up day 3 and day 4 into separate videos, or this might just be one whole video. It depends on how long it's going to be at the end. But next person you'll hear from is Rachel as we get on the road.
All right, well, it is the end of our stay here in Tennessee. I do not know what day it is.
It's Monday.
It's Monday, okay. And we've had an amazing weekend doing the thing that we came here to do. And we are just about headed down the mountain to start the first day of our travel home. We are actually headed a little further up the road first because we heard that there is a charger up there, which was not on any of our apps. It's a private charger. It belongs to the resort area, apparently. And there were some people here with us who have a Tesla, and they were able to charge up there. But we had not, we hadn't seen it yet, so we're going to go take a look, see what's going on.
We're back at this EV Go station, this Ultium charger at a Pilot Flying J on the west side of Knoxville. So far west, in fact, that we are 1 mile away from where Interstate 75 splits south to go to Chattanooga, which is how we got here. But we're not going back that way. We're staying on Interstate 40, going through Nashville today and all of that. This is an EV Go, so I'm not even gonna have my phone. I didn't remember this on the way here, but this should plug and charge our car. without having to touch the screen or anything, because EV Go, is set up to automatically start charging this car. So this is the one way that we get to do plug and charge and make like we're a car that can do plug and charge. So how far do we have to go? We have to go 83 miles to Cookeville, and we have 90 miles now. We have to go 80. We're just basically charging here to get buffer. So all we're gonna do is go inside, get a drink, go to the bathroom, get something to eat that we can take with us in the car, and we will get back onto the road. But I wanna make sure that this starts. It's still connecting. It's on step 3 of 3. It's clicking, we're at 36%. I will enter that information in and see where we're at when we unplug here in a couple minutes. I like this charger a lot, and I really could, hang here a little longer because we've got shade. I just got some food. I could eat it before I get on the road. But we got a lot of miles today, so we're going to get on the road as soon as possible. We are past our buffer. The target was 133 miles of projected range. We got 136. Really, all we did was go inside, get something to eat, and you gonna make it? You want to having to walk over the cables? That's a problem. So if I tap here and go to this in use and hit stop charge, end session, looks like we're going to finish at 54%. While it's processing, I'll be ready to just kind of get a picture so that I don't have to remember all this stuff and I can write it down later when I got more time. So yeah, there we go. We were here for 13 minutes and 26 seconds, 10.5257 kilowatt hours added, and we're leaving at 54% state of charge. Again, this one is a very expensive charger, $12.21 after the 9.25% sales tax. It was $11.18 plus $1.03 for sales tax. That's more than $1 per kilowatt hour is what that comes down to. So this, if it wasn't for our EV Go credits, would be more than gasoline. But it's free for us because we're still using our EV Go credits that we got with the car. So I'm going to unplug, hang it up, and we're back on the road. The next stop is at Electrify America, which is, we're on Electrify America for the rest of the trip now. And we're going to be seeing a lot of Walmarts. We could have done Electrify America at a Walmart here in Knoxville, but we're going to see enough Walmarts today. And again, this charge was free, and I really, really like this charging station. So next up, Sam's Club in Cookeville. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
Here's some charger etiquette out there for any of you EV newbies, especially if you have a Bolt like we do. The Bolt can maximum charge at 54 kilowatts. That charger is a 350 hypercharger. This one is a 350 hypercharger. Best to leave those for the cars that can take that kind of power. And this charger here, charger number 1, and is a 150, but it's also the one Chatamo plug. And if Nissan Leaf, that's the only one that it can plug into. This one is the one remaining 150, but it has this message on it. Well, now the message went away, but it just had a message as I was saying it, that the maximum power of this station has been reduced. And I just looked on the app, and so this is going to top out at 50 kilowatts. Well, guess what? That makes this charger perfect for a Bolt, because we can't take much more than that anyway. So we're on the slow one. That way if someone comes into one of the fast ones, we're okay, and we're all set. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in first. Let's see.
Captain, we can't take much more of this pounding.
Which one of these looks better? This one, they look the same.
No, this one looks newer to me.
This one looks
whiter.
newer?
That
Well,
one's
and it's closer.
Yeah.
So we go with the shinier looking one because we learned last year, and Rachel pointed it out, that if one of the handles wasn't working, that was it.
Yeah,
and we've charged at this one. This is going to be the third time now that we've charged at this station.
Yeah,
we
this is just a little trick in case you missed it last year. If one of the handles looks older, a little bit more worn, a little bit more discolored, it usually is the one that doesn't work. And my guess is that it's because maybe the other one stopped working altogether and they replaced the one that wasn't working, so now it looks newer.
Okay, because this charger's throttled down, this session's complimentary, courtesy of Electrify America. Final receipt will display actual savings. First thing that got me was this 19 cents a minute, but then it just says welcome driver. So because of this one is being comped to us, just like these Electrify Americas were last year on the way home. But this one, there's a reason it's only operating at 50 kilowatts. So because of that, thank you, Electrify America, for giving us the free charge. I'm going to enter my phone number here so I can get text message updates about our state of charge, because since it's giving me the free charge, it's not logging into the app, and with it not logging into the app, I can't monitor the charge. So let's see how far we've got to go. It's only 77 miles away, which destination plus 50 for buffer puts our target at 127. Right now we're at 45, so we need about 82 miles of range. This is a Sam's Club, so we're gonna have to walk a little bit to go in to use the restroom and things like that, but we shouldn't be here that long. You wanna tell us what's going on?
Nothing. There's nothing happening at all. We're standing in a Sam's Club parking lot waiting for the car to finish charging.
Well, where's it at?
Where is it at?
No, yeah, let's check.
As far as it's charged, let's find out. Let's find out. It says 52%.
We're getting 50 kilowatts, which is the most this thing can put out. We've been here for 26 minutes. Charging cost 0, which is nice. Energy delivered 22 kilowatt hours. Do you remember what our target mileage was?
Nope.
127.
127.
Right, sorry. And let's check on the car and see where we're at. How close are we to 127?
It says we're at 127 miles.
Well, then let's stop this charge, shall we?
All right, stop. Please unplug. Did you get?
I'm gonna get a picture of all this stuff.
All right.
And oh, there we go. 22.5860 kilowatt hours. We are at an end state of charge of 53%. We got here at 17%. We were here for 27 minutes. This would have cost us $4.94 on the non-member rate, but this was a complimentary charge. Get that in there so you can kind of see. Total session cost 0. So how do you like free charges?
Love free charges. Always love free charges. Sweet.
Our next stop is in Nashville, Tennessee. The charger is at a different kind of shopping center, so it's not a Walmart or a Sam's. I think it's closest to a Kroger and a little Mexican restaurant that last year we had lunch at. We'll see how hungry we are in a little over an hour. It's only 77 miles, so this is a really short leg. And if we do that, we may not have to charge long and make the big push to Jackson and have lunch, a late lunch at the Chili's that's there. We've crossed the time zone, so we're back in Central Daylight Time, which means it's only 11:27 right now. And it'll be about 12:30, 1 o'clock when we leave Nashville. But so that's where we're at. Ready to wait?
Yeah, wait, I was just gonna get this car that just pulled in. I don't know if you want to say
Oh.
about that.
We just had a Mustang Mach-E pull in next to us. So cool. You ready to get on the road?
Oh. Learn something new every day.
There you, well, usually I do this. You ready to get on the road?
Let's do it. Oh, sorry. Warp me. They're almost all full. I think there's only one open right here.
There is only one open.
Wow. Wow.
And, oh my God.
Are you going to back in?
I can't. There's no plugs on it.
Oh, wow. So we're
The available one has no plugs.
We're just going to have to pull in and wait.
But this is not an electric vehicle.
What the hell is happening here?
I don't know.
Oh, he's a tech. He's a techie. He's a technician. Repair technician. Okay. I'm not going to complain about that. Maybe we should just talk to people and see what's happening before we make a decision.
I'm going to check and see what's up. I'm just going to leave the car here.
Okay. I'll wait.
That one's not working either? Wonderful. So this Bolt EV, there's two Bolt EUVs here. One's charging, one's not. He backed out of the stall over there, and he says that one's not working. There's one here that's got no plugs attached to it that's available. But I mean, you can park at it, but there's no plugs. Kia Niro that's charging, a Bolt EUV, a Mustang Mach-E with government plates. That's the second Mustang Mach-E with government plates we've seen today.
Interesting.
Because that one in Cookeville did. Kia EV6, Rivian down there, and this Chevy Silverado is technicians working on these machines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stations. 5 of them are charging and the other 3 are out of commission. So I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to pull up PlugShare because we're in Nashville, Tennessee. This is not the only game in town. So I'm going to see if I can find something else that's along our route because we're already behind another Bolt in line here. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to see what else I can find. So yeah, I'm having to do this one on my own because Rachel went into the store. I'm initiating the charge. I'll show you what the screen is showing me now. So initiating on the phone, initiating at the charger. I hear a click. We're at a 150. It's recognized me. I'm going to hit continue. So this is a charger that is completely full. There was a Kia Niro in the spot that I'm standing in. I parked on the opposite side of it because it's better for my charge port. Charger 8 right here, the one that would face this space, has no plug. It's just there. There's cobwebs in it. There's no cables down here to connect. So charger 8 is out of commission. Down there, we got a Chevy Silverado blocking charger 3, but those are full of technicians we actually saw working on the machines, so they're okay, they can park there. And charger 2, the Bolt, there was a Bolt EUV pulled out of it, but it wasn't because he was done charging, it was because the charge wouldn't start, it wouldn't initialize. So there's 8 charging units here, 5 of them are working, and they're all charging EVs now. We were waiting for maybe 10 minutes to get our car plugged in and started, and as luck would have it, I grabbed the charge plug closest to me. I grabbed charge plug number 2 right here, but this one broke from the pattern. This plug looked better, but according to the app, it's out of commission and unavailable. We got here at 22%. We're getting 51 kilowatts, and I'm going to need to look on my phone here and find out exactly how far we need to get. Our next stop in Jackson, Tennessee is 135 miles away. So target range is 185. And right now, I gotta be careful not to hit this pole with the door. We're at 63. So we need to get 120 miles worth of range. This is gonna be a long charging stop. So maybe we will get lunch. Rachel, I think, is getting some snacks. This is attached to a Kroger store. Show you the parking lot over there. The main anchor to this shopping center is a Kroger, but there are several places to eat and other things like that. I pulled up PlugShare to see what was around, and there's a couple of car dealerships and there's a few EV Go's, but the EV Go's are, like, there's one at Nissan Stadium downtown, and there's another one on the north side of town, and those are considerably far away from our route. I'm looking down this row and I see a blue Kia EV6 heading this way. He cruised by these chargers about 5 minutes ago. He may have gone into a store and now he's coming back. My guess is, yeah, the silver EV6 is leaving now. So that EV6 is out and the blue EV6 is coming in. So 2 EV6s passing in the daytime. One from Louisiana, one with Tennessee plates. And this blue EV6 is driving past again. Maybe he doesn't need to charge. Maybe he's just checking to see what's up. Oh no, he's turning around. So he's gonna pull back in. And then this charger will be completely full again. This is a situation where all that charging etiquette that we talked about at the last station goes out the window. There is now an available charger here, even though there's the blue Kia EV6 over there. I don't know if he's waiting or just sitting there to have food or whatever, but there is an available charger. Someone could pull in and charge. He could pull in and charge if he wanted. But we're at a 150. There's nothing more than we can do. It's a normal 150. There's 2 other Bolts here. One's at a 150 and one's at a 350, but they probably didn't have any choice. It was probably the only one they could plug into. And the Rivian down there is on the one with the CHAdeMO plug. And he can charge faster than 150. And that's a 150 with a CHAdeMO. He would have plugged into a 350 had it been available. So when it's a situation like this, you pull into whatever slot you can get. Here comes a Mach-E. We're about to be full again. This black Mach-E is probably going to take that one available charging slot. I'm going to show him which one's working. It's a Mach-E GT. Pointed him out, he waved, so he's happy. So that's nice. I mean, when there's one charger and there's parking spots available for ones that aren't working, you want to make sure that the guy gets plugged into the one that's working, right? So we're getting good speed. We're getting our max. We're getting 52 kilowatts right now. We've gone from 22% to 34%. When I did my first check, yeah, we're up to 85 miles of range. We still need to get about 98 more miles of range. So we're gonna be here for a bit. It's probably why this was the meal stop, because it was gonna be a long charge. As I said, there's one leg during this return trip that's our longest leg. It's 135 miles and it's the next one. So we've gotta get a good amount of charge, because I don't think there's another fast charger between here and Jackson once we get out of Nashville. The blue EV6 finally did decide to pull in and charge, and he's already done. That's how fast those charge. The Bolt EV next to us left a couple of minutes ago, and there was already a BMW i7 waiting for it. The entire time we've been here, none of these chargers have stayed open for more than about 2 minutes. And usually there's been somebody waiting. We're almost where we need to be. Need to get 3 more miles of charge, which should take us about 1.5 minutes to get. And then as soon as we hit that, we're gonna unplug and get out of here. There's nobody waiting right now, but the way that, as busy as this charging station has been, there's gonna be another EV pulling up here any moment. Rachel, last year, when we came through here, at least on the way to our destination, you found Sprouts at the Kroger.
I did find Sprouts at the Kroger.
And there was
Very
discussion.
excited. Yeah, I enjoyed eating those Sprouts. This time I went in there and they did not have them. They had like something I could have bought that had some greens and some microgreens, but I chose not to buy them this time. But I miss having those Sprouts. I did look for them.
But they didn't have them.
They didn't have them.
And there was a lot of discussion last year about you eating Sprouts.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. And for those of you who ask me why I don't just grow my own Sprouts, I haven't tried it yet. I'm aware that this is a thing that can be done, but I have not yet made the attempt.
But it'll happen soon.
One of these days.
1 mile to go. We're almost there.
Hey, it's the countdown.
Yep. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Ah, and there we go, 183. So stop charge. Looks like we got to 76%. I'm gonna get a picture of this. There we go. 35.7170 kilowatt hours. We went from 22% to 76% because we've got a long leg ahead of us. $6.75. Now that's gonna be plus tax. Unplug. Put the handle back.
Put the handle back.
Updating. So after tax, $7.39. So $6.77, $7.39. We were here for 45 minutes. And we are getting ready to get back out onto the road. Are you ready to go?
Warp me.
Welcome to Jackson, Tennessee. As I watched our road trip from last year, I noticed when we were charging here that Chili's is right there. Let's stop here for dinner on the way back. So we're going to, and look at this, complimentary session. It already says it right there.
Nice.
So if I unplug, and these are fairly newish handles, I'm not even gonna have my app ready. I'm gonna plug it in and see what it does. Connecting to vehicle. I am going to have the app ready just because I'm paranoid. While this is loading, I'm just going to comment that there were 10 other EVs that came and went at that charging stop in Nashville, and we've seen an additional 10 others on this trip. We're not even to our stop for tonight. And welcome, driver. This session is complimentary. Putting in my phone number to get texts, but
Thank you, Electrify America.
thank you, Electrify America. Thank you for choosing. But anyway, I was looking back, and when we took this trip last year, there were a grand total of 8 other EVs that we saw.
At Chargers.
At Chargers.
On the entire
At
trip?
Chargers while we were there, and there have been 20 so far, and we're not even done. We're about halfway through our drive back. Okay, so we got here at 17%. That's important. I want to make sure that I comment about that.
17%.
Got here at 17%. We're getting 34 kilowatts right now, which isn't great. Maybe that's why this charge is free, is because this charger is kind of slow. It's a 150, and I didn't want to park at one of the 350s. Or the chat. I don't even know if the other 150 has a Chatamo plug or not, but this one doesn't. It's just a normal 150, but we're only getting 35. But that's okay.
Because we're gonna go eat some food.
Right, because we only need to get to the next charging stop in Forrest City, Arkansas, which really isn't that far. It's not as far as this leg that we just took. It is 100, well, it's almost as far. I'm saying it's not as far. It's 6 miles less. It's 129 miles to Forrest City. So distance plus 50 miles for buffer. Using that calculation, we need to get to 179, and we're at 42. So we need 137 miles, which gives us plenty of time to go over there to the Chili's and have dinner. So you ready to go eat?
Let's go eat.
2 things. It's 86 degrees right now at 5:11 p.m. That's 86 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the warmest temperature that we've had since we left Texas. It's hot, it's sunny, and that's why I bought this hat. I put it on as like, oh, head cooled off. Great. So it does its job. Second thing, we know why this charger's free, because I didn't see it get above 32 kilowatts. And that's slow even for a Bolt. I checked PlugShare, which I should have done ahead of time. So lesson, check PlugShare. PlugShare reports that Charger 1, which is that one right there, went offline yesterday. And all of these are delivering like a max of 42 kilowatts. Even the 350s are delivering a max of 42 kilowatts. That's that truck beeping over there. So even the 350s aren't going fast. So that's why it's not great. We got here at 17%. We're at 77%. We're at our mileage target, and I'm going to hit stop. We know that this charge is going to be free, but right there, if you can get the camera in here, it says 40 0.662 kilowatts. We went from 17 to 77%, and this would have been $6.07. But it's a complimentary charge, courtesy of Electrify America. I'm guessing because they feel bad that it's giving bad speeds. I don't know if everybody yesterday who gave all the terrible reviews on PlugShare was able to get a free charge either, but we were, so maybe they complained and it got us a free charge. We'll see. I did check PlugShare on the next one in Forrest City, Arkansas. It's 129 miles from here. It's at another Walmart. By the way, this is our first charge stop at a Walmart on this entire trip, going either direction. So there are advantages to breaking out of Electrify America stuff, because nothing against Walmart, it's just you get tired of seeing them over and over and over again on these trips. But we're in Walmarts pretty much the rest of the way, except for Mount Pleasant, Texas, which is at a grocery store that's not a Walmart, but all the rest of them are going to be Walmarts. Anyway, Forrest City, Arkansas, that's our next one. It's at 129 miles that way. Sun is going down. I'm racing the sun. I want to get over the Mississippi River again before the sun goes down. I actually want to get to Forrest City, Arkansas before the sun is all the way down, because we did last year. And if we don't make it this year, that means we're going to be getting into Hope at the hotel even later than we did last year. We've driven 328 miles so far 331 miles so far today. We've got 328 more to go. But Nashville traffic is behind us. Knoxville traffic is behind us. Back roads southeast of Knoxville are behind us. And we're just following the interstate the rest of the way. So let's see which one you come up with this time. Are you ready to get on the road?
I was born ready. Pulling into this charging stop on our return trip, or one of our direct ways, pulling into this charging stop is in the introduction on my channel. Well, there you go.
We got out of Sevierville just in time. It's supposed to get up to 86 tomorrow. All right, so we've got dingy and white, and we've got gray looks new. I'm going to try this one. We're in Forrest City, Arkansas. This is not our last charge stop of the night, although this is a little later than we got here last year. If you look at the intro on the video, there's a clip on it from when we were here last year. But I'm going to unplug. I'm going to take this plug in and see what's up. I don't have any messages on there saying that this is going to be a free charge. And PlugShare reports say that it's working well. So I'm opening up the Electrify America app. Walmart 91 in Forrest City. Dedrick Road, and we're in Arkansas, so now we're paying by the kilowatt hour, which means this is going to be a little pricier. Charger number 3, and unavailable charger handle right here.
Good guess, you figured it out.
But you know, in Nashville, you were in the restroom. I took the one that was dingier because it was closer, and it turned out to be the one that was working, and the other one wasn't. It broke from the pattern, but this gray one looks new. So that knocked us down to 36 cents a kilowatt hour. So on the day one, I'm complaining about 45 cents a kilowatt hour at that Ready charge in Longview, Texas. This would have been 48 cents without the Pass Plus membership. So the Pass Plus membership I mean, yeah, it's $7 a month, but when you're doing a road trip, it pays for itself in one charge. It's great. So we are at 20% when we arrive, when we have plugged in. We're ramping up. We're getting max speed. We're already at 52 kilowatts. And so now I'm going to figure out how far we need to get. Our next charge stop after this is going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas. And I'm going to put that address into my Google Maps and get a mileage estimate. Not far. The next charge stop is only 93 miles away. We just did a 135 mile leg followed by a 129 mile leg, and the next one's only 93.
93 is the number of million miles the sun is from the Earth on average.
And then after that is 101. So the next two leg, we're under 200 miles to go for the day. And one charge stop in between us and the hotel. The hotel doesn't have destination charging, but it does have an Electrify America right next to it, and we'll charge while we're having breakfast at the Holiday Inn Express. So 93 miles to the charger in Little Rock. No, 101 miles. I was right the first time. 101 miles and then 101, so 202 miles to go. 101 plus distance plus buffer is 151 projected, and we are at 51 projected now. So we need to be here long enough to get another 100 miles of projected range to make it to Little Rock the way that I want to make it there. Yes, you can travel a Bolt with less than a 50-mile buffer. I don't recommend leaving your charger with less than a 25-mile buffer because I've lost that much of my buffer or more in between charging stops. We go with 50 and never have to stress about range anxiety. Do you have anything you want to add?
I don't like to add, that's math.
I went and got the camera, or had Rachel get the camera, and she's getting her mic now, but I missed it. We were at 55 kilowatts a minute ago. Now we're down to 54. You'll just have to take my word for it that this showed 55. And we're over 50%. We're at a 55% state of charge. We're still getting max speed. So max speed over 50% is possible with a Bolt. Let's take a look around here at our EA station while we're waiting for our next amount of miles. This is station number 4. It's a 350. Everything looks happy with it. There's Rachel getting a stretch on the hood. We parked at the 150 with 2 CCS plugs. Go around the back of the car here for a sec. Now we have another 350 that looks good, right?
Looks good.
But here's our other 150, and it looks completely bricked. We got these little bubble things happening on the side of the screen, which is weird. But this is the one with the Chatamo. So hope you don't need to use the Chatamo charger.
This is the equivalent of the charger just drooling.
Yeah. Last year when we were at this charge, it woke up. And it says complimentary if Chatamo something, and the screen just went away.
Huh.
We'll see what happens. But last year at this charge stop, we decided to go have dinner way over there on the other side, past where that truck is driving, if you can see it. There's a little restaurant, and it's a bit of a walk. And so we were charging at this place for over an hour last year while we had dinner, but I didn't really like the dinner, so we didn't want to do that again. And when on the way to Tennessee last year, we stopped here to charge and had dinner again at a KFC that's over there, and we didn't like it, and we liked it so little that we haven't gone to a KFC since. Yeah,
it seems like maybe this is just nostalgia, but when we were kids, KFC was good, right?
Yeah, at least it seemed that way.
It seemed like that to me. But yeah, as an adult, the last few times I've been to Kentucky Fried Chicken, that has not been nearly as attractive.
True dat. But anyway, we just basically went into the Walmart to use the restroom and have just been standing around waiting for the car to charge. So this is a stand around waiting. We've been here for 26 minutes so far, and I think we still have maybe 20 more miles to go, which might be 10, 12 more minutes. We'll see for sure. But does this bother you, this standing around waiting right now?
Not really. I mean, I'm tired, but it's been a very long week. It's been a long day, and we still have a ways to go. So I'm at that point where I've just started to kind of lose energy. Really, just a minute ago when we walked back out here from using the restroom in the Walmart, I just kind of started to feel that energy just kind of go, you know. I don't know how you feel.
I'm tired too, but
yeah.
While we were where we were, I was able to get a few hours where I could edit, and I already have part 1 of our video of this trip when we left Fort Worth all the way until our hotel in Meridian, which was just a few days ago. That video is already up, and I've already gotten comments based on the charger experience we had in Jackson/Ridgeland, Mississippi, and the number of charge stops, and the fact that we only covered a little over about 572 miles in 14 hours. I've gotten multiple comments about this is why people don't road trip with their EV. Right? Well, I was trying to get your reaction.
Well, the reaction you got was me yawning, so I think
maybe not.
People would rather see your face.
So this is why people have already commented on a video from this road trip that this is why why I would never road trip an EV, or I'll take the gas car on the road trip or whatever. Does this kind of stopping bother you?
I see what you're saying.
That's where I was going.
No, that doesn't bother me much. But again, we're not trying to tell other people how to live their lives. If you don't want to road trip with an EV because you don't like having to wait for a charge, that's your business. Don't. You're
actually doing interesting stuff now. I should get you on camera.
We're not trying to tell you you have to live your life or drive your road trips the way we do. But for us personally, it's a little bit of an inconvenience. We're done with what we wanted to do and we're waiting for the charge. Yes, but you get inconveniences like this when you're in a gas-powered vehicle too. Stuff happens. It's fine.
But we're also, tilt the camera right, we're also tired, and standing up and walking around and getting our blood flowing is not a bad thing. It's a good thing to help us.
Wait. Was that getting your blood flowing?
Wait. Well, now you're doing a thing.
I saw you do.
What did I do?
Getting our blood flowing.
Yeah, I know. Okay, fine. So, shake it. We're a little punchy. This is why we need to get up out of the car and move around.
That's right.
And so it's fine. It suits the way that we road trip. If this is not your cup of tea, no judgment. 100% behind you on that. We like road tripping like this.
Yeah, we do.
We like taking the amount of breaks that we have. We're not interested in trying to do 1,000 miles straight in a day. I did that.
I do not have an iron butt. Just in case anyone was wondering,
exactly.
The chemical composition of my butt does not include iron.
And mine's
at least not in any significant amounts.
Mine's kind of squishy. But anyway, no, we did. When I went on that trip with Bob, we did the whole thing without stopping for the night. We'd alternate sleeping in the car. And I've road tripped like that before, and I prefer to road trip this way, where we take it easy. We get a hotel, and when we had the Subaru, we still would never tackle more than 700 miles in a day. And today we're going to be doing high 600.
Yeah.
And that's about what we would do in our gas car.
Yeah, and the same on our motorcycles because we don't want to ride that long.
We're even slower when we road trip the motorcycles because we take a break about every 40 miles.
We really needed it. Yeah, that's a completely different story.
So anyway, this is a good time for us to go on the rant of, I understand that a lot of people are going to view a charge stop like this and the amount of time that we're standing around waiting as a negative thing for road tripping an electric vehicle, especially a slower charging one like a Bolt. Mm-hmm. And a lot of other EV owners aren't going to like how long it takes us to do this, but we don't mind.
We personally do not mind.
It suits the type of road tripping that we do, and I've also had comments on our other road trip videos that I know there are some of you out there that agree with us, and I read your comments, and whether you agree or disagree with me, I read your comments, I take them to heart, and I want to make sure that I get those things addressed in these videos. And we never really talked about the experience of sitting around waiting at a charger on the last road trip. And so I wanted to, since we're standing around waiting at a charger, it's a good time to get that clip. Also because it gives us something to do.
So this is the trick. If you don't like standing around waiting for the charger, what you do is you get a camera and you talk about standing around waiting for the charger while you're standing around waiting for the charger.
Vlog your trip. It makes it go by faster.
It's true.
And it turns the standing around waiting, and even it even turns the frustrating things like our charge experience in Jackson, where that charge point didn't work right, like our charging experience earlier today in Nashville when we had to wait for a few minutes and the charger was completely full. It gives us something to talk about. And just like that, we're at 155 miles projected.
All right, time to go.
We're ready to go 4 miles ago, so I'm going to hand the camera back to Rachel. There you go.
All righty.
I'm going to go up here. I'm going to get my camera ready so that I can just have pictures of my stats. Look, I just got a comment.
See, we got so distracted.
Abort, retry, or fail. I don't know what this commenter wants to say. What video is he commenting on?
Well,
it's about my breakdown video from last year. All right, so abort, retry, or fail. I'll reply to him anyway. Okay, so I'm hitting stop, getting my camera out. We are at 28.5595 kilowatt hours. We ended our state of charge at 66%. We went from 20 to 66. We were plugged in for 32 total minutes, cost 36 cents per kilowatt hour. Before tax cost $10.08. I've unplugged from the car and replacing the handle. Now it's updating. And once it updates, there we go, for my records, I'll get this picture. We got to, it's $11.23 is how much this charge cost. This is less electricity, I think. I will look it up. You know what? No, I won't look it up. I will look it up this way. I took a picture of us, of the screen when we left Nashville, and so I'll know. Yeah, this is 28 kilowatts, 28.5595 kilowatts, and we got 35.7 kilowatts in Nashville, and it was half the price, $6.75. This was 12. There are people who say that a Bolt gets penalized by a charger that charges by the minute. But that is not the case with Electrify America. You can look at the charges just today in Nashville and here in Forrest City, that it was almost twice the cost paying by the kilowatt hour on the same network as it was paying by the minute in Tennessee.
Great. Do you remember that part where we wanted to go as soon as it was ready?
Right. So wait.
Okay.
I gotta do the thing. So we wanted to go right as soon as it was ready. Are you ready to go?
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you want me to say something clever? I'm out. I'm out of clever.
This one's actually telling, we're in Little Rock, Arkansas. This one's actually telling me which handle's unavailable and which one's ready.
Oh, that's helpful.
So that's helpful, very helpful. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get plugged in, and then I'm gonna tell you a little something about this charging stop. So handle 2, which is the one the charger says is ready. This is the 150, there's no other EVs here. So we coulda got up to a 350, but what difference is it gonna make? It's not going to charge our car any faster. So closing this out, going to Walmart Little Rock. Watch this go from 48 cents. What charger are we on? Charger number 7. So I'm going to go down to number 7, swipe to charge, and it'll begin initializing right now. I wonder if this light came on because it was initializing or because I put my phone there. But yeah, this way you can see them both. 36 cents, so there's our 12-cent discount. I'll hit continue and we'll see what battery percentage we got to. while we're getting there. It's a little after 9 o'clock at night right now, and we still have a ways to go. It still hasn't told me. There we go. We arrived at 15%. We're eating up a lot of our buffer because the speed limit in Arkansas is 75, and it's the first time we've been on interstates with a 75 mile an hour speed limit on this entire trip. And so that ate through a lot of our buffer, that extra speed. And yes, we could have slowed down, but we also would have gotten flattened by every 18-wheeler out there if we had. So let me do a quick check here and double check the next place that we're going. I'm going to type this, the address of our charging stop in Hope, Arkansas, which is our charging stop, but that's going to be our charging stop in the morning. It's where we have booked our hotel room for the night, right next to this charger. And it's another 101 mile leg, same exact amount of distance that we had from Forrest City to here. So 101 miles, so we need to get to 151. We've been charging for a minute and gone up 2%, but we're at 36 miles, which means we need 115 miles of charge. So I'll figure at least 40 minutes is what this is going to take. Now let me show you something over here. I'm going to go around so that Rachel can get these on camera. Last year, one of the things that I noticed is that the layout of this parking lot was such that if an EV was towing, like a Lightning or a Rivian or just any EV that was capable of towing was towing with a trailer, they could pull in here and they could charge without having to drop their trailer. But PlugShare also mentioned last year that this charge station at this Walmart in Little Rock was notorious for these stations being iced and having internal combustion engine cars park in these spots because we're not too far away from the entrance to the store here. It's right there. And so look what they did to these chargers that you could pull through with a trailer. You can't do it anymore. They've bolted these signs that say EV parking only in front of each one of these stalls, except this one down here. There's one stall that's not blocked off right here. So you can get to either charger 3 or charger 4 by parking in this spot, and it looks like they did bolt the sign in, you just see the holes in the asphalt. The sign's gone. It's like it got run over or something. But yeah, the icing problems were so bad they had to put these signs up, and it hurts any EV driver who's towing. It kind of sucks, but I understand why they did it. Not the most elegant solution. What I really liked about the charger in Knoxville that we used, even though it was pricey, that EVgo Ultium charger, was it was just like a normal gas station. It was covered. You could pull up through it. It had trash cans. It had everything that you normally get at a gas station. Whereas here we're in the middle of a Walmart parking lot and we don't have anything but a Walmart. There's no trash cans here. There's no squeegees. If it's 100 degrees, we've got nothing covering us in the sun. If it's raining, we're getting wet. I really hope that we move away from this model into the type of model like they had at that Flying J in Knoxville. Don't you think?
Agree.
All right, so we're gonna be here probably for about another 35 minutes, maybe 40. See if we go into the restroom. We'll just hang out here and wait. And then it's another 100 miles down the road before we stop for the night. We've been here for a while, and I just have a message for the people who run the franchises of fast food restaurants that are near electric chargers, that maybe keep your lobby open past 9 o'clock, because we really wanted to get some French fries at the Popeyes over there or the McDonald's across the street, but our car is charging, so we couldn't drive through. Anyway, we're done. We are now at 152 miles projected, which is distance plus 51 miles. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the charge. We've been here for 36 minutes. There it is right there. We went from 15 to 65%. Our total energy delivered 31.791 kilowatt hours. Cost before tax or pre-tax is $11.16. I'm going to unplug and put it back, put the handle back, and then once this is done updating, it will give me the full amount of $12.12 is how much this charge cost. We had $4.02 knocked off because of being a Pass Plus member, so 2 charges to pay for that. 15 to 65% was our total charge time. We have 101 miles to go, and then we're at our hotel in Hope, Arkansas. It does not have a destination charger, but I'm gonna take the car next door to where the Electrify America is and charge while we're having breakfast. Are you ready to get on the road? Rachel yawned and gave me a thumbs up, so that's about what we're gonna get. Here we go. We made it to the Holiday Inn Express in Hope, Arkansas. It is not midnight, it is 11:30, which means we were on the road for 15 and a half hours. The clock, if you just go by the clock, is going to say 14 and a half, but we crossed from the Eastern time zone to the Central time zone. So one of those hours, according to the clock, didn't exist, but we drove it. So we drove a total of, and I just did it on the calculator, we started at 1,088 miles, and now we are 673 miles further down the road. So 673 miles today. Our efficiency spent most of the day at 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour, but it dipped down to 3.6. We had 6 charging stops today, and I don't recall what they all added up to in terms of kilowatts and money, but I'm going to put it up here and let you guys see that. We're gonna go in and get some sleep. The plan for the morning is to get up, move the car over to the Walmart over here where the Electrify America station is, and charge the car, walk back to the hotel and have breakfast. And we will pick up with day 4 of On the Road tomorrow.